Hi everyone, welcome back to LL Sports TV. Hope you're all doing well. Just before I start, I want to make a couple of quick announcements. I think it's important. First thing I want to do is send my commiserations to all the people out in Spain. You would be aware that there's flash floods going over there. A lot of people have lost their lives, 100 plus, as the time of making this video. So I just want to say that our thoughts and prayers are with them through that. Secondly, on a more positive note, I want to wish my Indian friends a happy Diwali day. So yeah, thought it was important to make those announcements. Right, let's cook. So following on then from Arsenal's 3-0 resounding win against Preston in the round 16 of the Carabao Cup, there were two major talking points doing the rounds amongst the Arsenal fan base. The first one was Nwaneri, outstanding performance, great goal, man of the match, future star of Arsenal without any shadow of doubt. Everyone's talking about him, and quite rightly so. The second talking point was Nwaneri's been so good in the two Carabao Cup games that he's played now that people are saying it's about time he gets a start, and they're saying he should go straight in against Newcastle as the attacking midfielder to effectively replace Martin Odegaard, who's currently out injured. So yeah, they're saying get him straight in. He's the real deal. We've seen enough. Get him in. So let's have a little look at Nwaneri, shall we? Born in Enfield, which is down the road from where I live. I live in Enfield. He's 17 years old, Arsenal Academy graduate, attacking midfielder, but can also play out wide. Played for England at, under 16, under 17, under 18 and under 19 level. Youngest Arsenal player to play in the Premiership. In fact, I think he's the youngest player ever to play in the Premiership when he came on as a sub against Brentford back in 2022. I think he was something like 15 and 181 days. So that tells you in itself what a prodigy this kid is. He's made 6 substitution appearances in the Premier League so far. In all of those, he's impressed. He's looked good. He's made the first start for Arsenal in the Carabao Cup against Bolton in the previous round. Scored 2 goals, man of the match. As I said earlier, played against Preston in the round of 16. Impressed, scored a fantastic goal. Man of the match again. So the talent is absolutely beyond question. And that brings us to the attributes of this guy. As I said, exceptionally gifted from a young age. I mean, I've done my research on this kid. Apparently, he was wowing people from he was in school. I've heard people say that they couldn't get the ball off him when he was a kid, and he was playing with much older kids at the time. Primarily left-footed, but can use his right foot as well. Dribbling skills off the chain, good shooting ability, physically strong. He said he's got a great attitude, excellent work ethic. And it's also worth noting when I talk about work ethic and attitudes and stuff like that, he's also an exceptional student. Apparently this guy, really good in school, takes his studies really seriously. Now, where have we heard that before? Reminiscent of a certain Bukayo Saka. Yes, so off the back of his performances so far, a lot of people are saying, listen, man, with Arsenal lacking a little bit of cutting edge in recent weeks, especially with the absence of Martin Odegaard. We know that Leandro Trossard has filled in and he's done well. However, we're saying we're still slightly off it. And they're saying that Nwaneri could be the guy to fill that void. And they're saying that, you know, he's the best option, given the skills that he's displayed so far, that we should get him in there and, you know, no messing around. Get this guy in because he's got what it takes. Now, I've heard all of that, and I do take on board everything that's said there, but you've got to balance that up with other things. So, for example, let's take the game at the weekend, Newcastle. Now, Newcastle, they're not in the best of form. I think they're winless in their last 5. I think they lost their last home game to Brighton. So they're not in their best run of form. But we do know that Newcastle, on their day, they can be quite a formidable team, especially at home. St James's Park is one of those grounds where it can get quite testy. It can be a cauldron. It can be hostile. It can be a bit intimidating. So to throw a young guy into that mix can be difficult. You've also got to take into account that Newcastle do have some very good players, some very good midfield players. Joe Linton, Fabian Schär, Bruno Guimaraes, Sandro Tonali, Dan Burn. All these guys are big physical players who like to mix it up, especially the likes of Joe Linton, Fabio Schär, and even Bruno Guimaraes is not averse to a tackle. So if they do play, and if Nwaneri plays, I've got no doubt they'll be looking to, leave one on him, rough him up a little bit. Now, I'm not saying that he can't deal with that, but I am saying that to introduce him to that early in his career could be difficult for the young man to handle. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that he won't be able to deal with it, but I think it's worth pointing out that he could find it difficult. And let's face it as well, Leandro Trossard is not like he's not a very good player himself. He is a very talented player, can score goals. So it's not like Arsenal don't have an option in there. It's just that people are saying that now is the time for Nwaneri to start. I must say, on balance, I would probably opt for Trossard, given his greater experience, given, like I said, that Nwaneri, still so young, would be a lot of pressure on him coming into a game like this, a game that Arsenal think that we do need to win. So to put Nwaneri in that type of hostile environment might not be the wisest thing to do, but then it could be a case of sink or swim. You know what I mean? Personally, I've got no doubts that he's got the capabilities in which to handle such a situation, but would it be the right thing to push him in so early? I'm thinking out loud here. I'll probably lean towards starting Trossard and maybe bring on Nwaneri. In fact, not maybe. I would like to see him get some game time in that game because I think he can be a very useful impact player. In fact, I'm sure he will, do well for himself in that game. But I just wanted to know what you guys think. Would you push Nwaneri straight in from the start? Or would you go for the likes of someone like a Leandro Trossard, a bit more experienced, a bit more worldly and wise when it comes to the top level of Premier League football? I've no doubts if Nwaneri's given his opportunity, I don't think he'll let the team down, but it's who you think is the best option for that position. So, yeah, just a quick video on that. As I said, this guy, definite future star for Arsenal. You just see by the way this guy plays. He's got so much ability. He's got the presence. He's got the temperament. Reminds me so much of Saka. He looks like quite an introverted kid, off the pitch. But on the pitch, he expresses himself in a big, big way. So that's my thoughts on it. I want to know yours. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Just want to say thanks so much for supporting the channel, for watching the videos. If you're new here, please like, share and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.